All right. Okay. So, like I said, starting off, just kind of comfortable seated as always. If cross-legged is what's comfortable for you, that totally works. If you want the legs out in front or the knees bent and the feet planted, that is also just fine for right now. We'll take our usual couple of moments to kind of get situated and settled, and come into our breathing and a little bit of body awareness before we get going. In honor of National Yoga Month, we'll do just a little flow to kind of get us started. So we'll start with that today instead of finishing with that, and then we will finish with our Pilates core work. So, as usual, starting in that comfortable seated position, just take a couple of moments to bring your awareness to your breathing, to bring your awareness to how you're feeling today, and to take that initial scan of the body and notice any points of tension, notice any places that maybe are feeling particularly good as we get started today, any places that you usually have tension, the lower back, the hips, the neck, the shoulders, and just giving yourself that little bit of leeway as we get moving today, just to understand that those are maybe problem areas for you and that they may take a little bit longer to get warmed up, and that's always okay. Um, and then I want to invite you, as you take that scan and as you find those points of tension, to maybe find a small range of motion if it feels right. So if you notice the tension in the head and the neck, maybe letting the head roll side to side, or maybe if the tension is through the lower back, you take a couple of spinal twists as we get going here. Um, and just taking that little bit of time and whatever range of motion or multiple ranges of motion that feel good for you today. Taking about 4 nice deep breaths as we get going, as we start moving. So finding those ranges of motion, taking those nice deep inhales and exhales. As you inhale, really allowing the lungs and the chest to expand. And as you exhale, finding that release and that relaxation through those points of tension, through the head, the neck, the lower back. One more nice deep breath wherever you are, and then evening up those sides if you're doing something like a spinal twist that is 2 directions, and then go ahead and bring it back to center. When you get to center, that nice long spine, take a second to think about your posture, sitting up onto those hips, pulling the shoulder blades together just slightly behind you, letting the shoulders relax down away from the ears, lengthening through the spine out the top of the head. And then we are going to start with just a little roll of the head and the neck. So next exhale, drops the chin to the chest, and then roll that right ear towards that right shoulder. Exhale to bring it through center, and then over to that other side. So give me just a couple of those nice and easy side to side as we start moving here. Take one more nice deep breath. Give me at least one more time on that second side. Maybe you hit that second side on your second, and then that next exhale brings the head back to center. Inhales to lift it up. Give me a couple of shoulder rolls in one direction or the other when you get to the top. Starting to loosen up through those shoulders, getting ready for our yoga flow, our down dog, or a little bit of core plank work. Change that direction, roll the shoulders the other way. Next big exhale releases them, and then we'll finish this nice easy warm up with our spinal twist. So that inhale finds that nice long spine at center. That exhale brings us around in one direction, opening up the shoulders towards that side wall, finding that nice spinal twist, and then start to move with the pace of your breath. That inhale brings you through center, and that exhale brings you over in that other direction. Just starting to move nice and easy side to side, couple of times here. Last nice, easy, low intensity warm up, and then we will move into our flow and get the heart rate up a little bit there. And our flow today will be pretty simple as far as movements go. So our goal is just to kind of get into kind of that rhythm of moving with our breath. Give me 2 more nice deep breaths, once more in each direction here. And then go ahead and bring it back to center. And then we're going to transition over to our child's pose. So when you get back to center, just take your time and make that transition that works for you. So maybe you're already facing the short edge of your mat, so you just roll over the knees. Maybe like me, you're facing sideways, so you bring it around. Just when you get into that child's pose, making sure that those knees are wide, those hips go back towards the heels, and then take those arms out nice and long, maybe letting the forehead rest on the mat and taking just a moment here to find your breath when you get into that position, letting the lower back release a little bit, letting that kind of stretch through the backside of the legs find its way into your body today. Take a couple of moments here. One more nice deep breath in that child's pose. And then we're going to transition up to our first downward facing dog of the day. So planting those hands nice and wide, lift the hips, curl the toes under, and then go ahead and press those hips up and back, nice long legs, all the way down to the heels, taking this couple of first moments in our downward facing dog to stretch it out, to do what feels right. So maybe you alternate pedaling one heel and then the other down. Maybe you alternate pressing up onto those toes and then bringing both heels down. Just take what feels good. Maybe you still need a little bend in those knees because we haven't gotten that lower body quite warmed up yet. That's okay. Taking two more nice deep breaths in this downward facing dog. Now from here on out, we will do our low flow, but as always, you have the option to rest in our child's pose. So when we come to this downward facing dog, you can keep it going with that flow, you can keep it in that downward facing dog, or you can drop the knees and sit the hips back towards the heels as we get moving, especially as you need a break as we get into our rhythm. So from here, go ahead and shift those shoulders out over those wrists into that nice high plank position. From the toes or the knees, we're going to lower through our chaturanga. So keep the elbows nice and close, lower the chest down to the ground. And then when you get to the bottom, turn those toes over. Inhale to press the chest up into our cobra. If you need a little bit less of that press up, feel free to take that little bit lower of a cobra. And then go ahead and turn those toes over. And you can either transition with the knees on the ground or press the knees right up into that downward facing dog. Now that's that part that you can always skip with that child's pose if that feels right. From here, we're going to move into our crescent lunge. So take that left foot, bring it up and back just slightly into our three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, and then we're going to sweep the left foot forward into that lunge. So maybe you use that extra hand for a little bit of help to bring it up, making sure that the ankle is right underneath the knee from here. Finding your balance, keep that right heel off of the ground. Inhale to lift up into that crescent lunge. So this is our first one of the day. Again, give those legs a little bit of leeway here. If you can get that back leg a little bit longer, that's awesome. If you can bend that front knee a little bit more, that's awesome. But if you're not there yet, that's totally fine. Taking this second to find your breath, find that nice strong core, finding our balance here. This isn't an easy position to hold, but you guys are doing awesome. Next, exhale, pulls the palms together, and then go ahead and bring them down to heart center. From here, we're going to take them out long towards our sides. So take them out in either direction, pointing to the left and the right, nice long fingertips. We're going to transition to our warrior two. Turn the right heel down and bring those hands to the front and back of the mat. Keeping that nice bend through that left leg. That right foot is kind of at about a 45-degree angle. And taking a pause here. Once again, not an easy position to pause in. We're going to reverse it next. So flip your front palm, that left palm. Inhale to lift it up and back. From here, your right hand can meet the leg. It can come around behind the back, or it can just come down towards the floor. And this nice big side body stretch. Our next exhale is going to cartwheel those arms down and that right heel up. So bring those hands down to the mat. That right heel comes back. And then we're going to step the right foot forward to meet the left in our forward fold. We're taking this first round super slow and controlled, so bear with me. We will start to pick up the pace after we get going. Inhale to our halfway lift. Find your super long spine, flat back. Take it here for a second, and then our next exhale rounds back into that forward fold. Next inhale is going to roll us all the way up to our extended mountain. So rolling it up vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get to the top, extend those arms up overhead, pull the palms together, bring them down to heart center. We're going to take a really brief balanced pose. So our left leg has been doing all the moving, our right leg has been doing the moving, our left leg has been sturdy. So we're going to take our balance onto our left leg to get started. That right foot is just going to come up. I just want you to bring it to the calf to start and focus on opening the knee towards the side. So we've got that kind of little hole in between the foot and the hip, open towards the front of the mat. On that next exhale, go ahead and place that right foot back down. Inhale to take those arms back up towards the ceiling, and then exhale to wash it forward back into that forward fold. Next inhale, give me one more halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward, plant the hands, step the feet back into that high push-up plank position. We're nice and long, and then we're bringing it back down to that child's pose super briefly. So knees come down wide, big toes together, sit the hips back towards the heels. Option to stay here, find that low flow, lift the hips, curl the toes under, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Exhale to float the shoulders out over the wrists. From the toes or from the knees, lower the chest down. Inhale to press it up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to turn the toes over, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and join us here. Three-legged dog with the right this time, press it up and back. Bend that left knee, sweep the right foot forward. We're back into that crescent lunge, left heel stays up. We sweep those arms up when you find your balance. Again, we'll take that pause here. We'll move a little more quickly through this after this first round. But same thing, take that second to see if you can lengthen that left leg a little more. If your hip is tight, maybe you can't. That's okay, we're still getting warmed up. Can you bend that right knee a little bit more? Next exhale pulls those palms together, brings them down to heart center. We inhale to lengthen, so take those arms out to the side, and then we're bringing it to our warrior two. Turn that left heel down, open those arms up towards the front and back of the mat. Keep that bend through your right knee. Once again, that little brief hold here. Taking your time, we're going to reverse it. Flip the front palm. Our next inhale lifts us up and back. Reverse it. Nice side body stretch here. One more big inhale. And that exhale is going to bring those hands down and that left heel up. We're back in that low crescent lunge. Step the left forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale to our halfway lift when you get there. Exhale to fold it forward. We're going to roll it all the way to our extended mountain. Inhale rolls us up. Arms come up overhead. Palms meet. Pull them down to heart center. This time our balance is going to be on that right foot. So go ahead and take that left foot, bring it just right up to that calf, and think about opening up through that knee. So it's almost trying to face sideways. Finding that balance for a brief moment here. Next exhale brings that left foot back down next to the right. Inhale takes those arms up. Exhale brings us forward, fold. One more halfway lift. Inhale, take it partway up, flat back, long spine. Exhale folds us forward, plant those hands, step it back, high plank position. Then we're bringing it back to that child's pose where we began. So like I said, we're gonna move a little bit faster this time through it. If you need to go a little bit slower still, that's totally fine. We'll meet in this child's pose at the end. Lift those hips, curl those toes under, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Low flow, float the shoulders out over the wrists. From toes or knees, we're lowering down. Keep the elbows close. Inhale to press the chest up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to turn the toes over, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Once again, we're taking that left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, sweep the left foot forward. Keep the right heel off the ground, find your balance. Inhale to sweep the arms up. When you get to the top, exhale to sink into that left knee a little bit further. Pull the palms together, bring them down to heart center. Send them out long in either direction, and then turn that right heel down, open into our warrior two. Flip the front palm, inhale to reverse it. Lift it up and back, nice and long through the front side body. Exhale to bring those hands down and bring that right heel up. Low crescent. Right steps forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Next inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. Take it up nice and long. Pull the palms together overhead, bring them down to heart center. Now, option to pull that tree up a little bit higher. We're taking our weight onto that left leg. We're taking that right foot. Once again, you can bring it all the way up to that thigh, but make sure you're avoiding the inside of that knee. So either above or below the knee. Take a nice big inhale when you reach it. Maybe those arms go up if you're ready for that challenge. Very brief hold here. Next exhale brings that foot down to meet the left. We inhale to send those arms up tall. We exhale to fold it forward. Inhale, one more halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Plant the hands, step them back into that high plank position. And then we're going to meet in that child's pose. Knees go down wide, hips go back towards the heels. Very briefly, again, you can pause here if you'd like. Lift the hips, curl the toes under. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog, low flow. Exhale, float the shoulders out over the wrists. We lower through our chaturanga from the toes or the knees. And then we inhale to press the chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Turn the toes over. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Crescent lunge on that other side. Right foot goes up and back. Bend that left knee, sweep that foot forward. Use that assist if you need to. That left heel stays up. We inhale to sweep those arms up. Crescent lunge, find your balance. When you're ready here, bend a little deeper into that right knee. Pull the palms together. Exhale to bring them down to heart center. Send them out long in either direction. And then adjust into our warrior two. Turn the left heel down. Open the arms up to the front and back of the mat. Reverse it, peaceful warrior. Flip the front palm, inhale to lift up and back. Nice big side body stretch. Exhale to cartwheel those arms down. Lift that left heel. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Extended mountain. Pull the palms together. Bring them down to heart center. Transfer the weight to the right foot. Left foot comes into our tree. Again, you can keep it right below that knee if that feels good. Or you can use that assist. Bring it up above the knee and bring it into that full tree. If you feel strong and stable and you want to extend those arms up from either of those two positions, you're welcome to. Into that full tree position. Nice work. Pull those palms together. Bring them down if you had them up. And then go ahead and set that left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale, swan dives us forward, forward, fold. One more halfway lift with that inhale, flat back, long spine. Exhale, release it down. Plant those hands, bend the knees, step the feet back. High plank position, child's pose. Set those knees down, take the hips back towards the heels. We're going to take it up just a half notch from here. Lift the hips, curl the toes under. Press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Low flow if you'd like to. Exhale, floats the shoulders over the wrists. Toes or knees we lower through our chaturanga. Inhale to press the chest up, upward facing dog or cobra. Turn the toes over, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot goes up and back, three-legged dog. Sweeping it forward into our crescent lunge, bend that right knee, bring it up, make sure the ankle's right underneath that knee, find your balance, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. When you get there, bend a little deeper into that left knee, pull those palms together, bring them down to heart center. Inhale to lengthen in either direction. Warrior two turns that right heel down, opens those arms up to the front and back. Reverse it, flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheels us down. Left hand meets, right heel comes up. And then step that right foot forward to meet the left in our forward fold. Here's where we're going to take it up a notch. Inhale, halfway lift, up back, long spine. Remember that. Exhale, fold it forward, round out the spine. We're bringing it into our chair. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, keeps that spine nice and long, sits those hips back. Now here's our balance challenge. Instead of that tree this time, we're going to find our eagle. So our left foot is going to stay planted. Our right foot is going to lift as we extend those legs just slightly, and then cross it over that left leg. Sink those hips just a little bit here. If you feel stable and you want, that right leg is on top, so the right hand can come underneath and circle around for our full eagle. If you don't feel stable, take a second, tap that foot down, come back into it. We've got one more inhale and exhale. Awesome. Next inhale, extends those legs, uncrosses, and pulls those palms together down to heart center. Awesome job, you guys. Inhale, take the arms up long. Exhale, swan dives this forward, forward, fold. One more halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward, plant those hands, step those feet back nice and long, high plank, child's pose, knees go wide, hips go back towards the heels. You can pause here, you can take that low flow, lift the hips, curl the toes under, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Float the shoulders over the wrists, toes or knees we lower through our chaturanga. Inhale to press up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to turn the toes over, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Other leg, here we go, right side, foot goes up and back, bend that left knee, sweep the right forward, use that assist if you need it, ankle under the knee, find your balance, inhale to sweep up. Pull the palms together, sink into that right knee, pull the hands down to heart center. Inhale to lengthen those arms in either direction, turn the left heel down, bring it to our warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse it, peaceful. Cartwheel all the way down with our exhale, right hand, left heel. Left foot comes forward to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find that flat back, remember that long spine, exhale to round into it. Here comes our chair. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sits the hips back, finds that super long spine. And then we've got our eagle up next, our balance challenge. So lift just slightly, bring that left foot up, press it over the right, and then if you can, sink into that right leg a little bit more. Once again, if you feel good here, you can stay here, or you can use those arms. Left leg is on top, so left arm comes under, around, the back of the hands can meet, or you can circle all the way around so the palms meet. Taking one more nice deep breath in this eagle pose. You guys got it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to stand up tall, extend, plant that left foot, pull the palms together down to heart center. Awesome job. Inhale, takes the hands up long, exhale, swan dives us forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward, plant the hands, step those feet back nice and long, high plank. And one more time down into that child's pose, sit the hips back towards the heels. Now this last time through, we're gonna take away the balance pose. We're gonna move a little bit more quickly into and out of it to just get that heart rate up a little bit for this last time before we get going in our Pilates core. So stick with me, move a little slower if you need to, take a break if you need to. Lift those hips, curl the toes under. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. We start by shifting the shoulders out over the wrists and lowering from the toes or the knees through our chaturanga. Inhale to press the chest up, cobra up dog. The toes, the hips back, downward facing dog. We've got that left foot going up and back, three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, sweep it forward into that crescent lunge. When you're ready, find your balance, sweep the arms up. Sink a little deeper into that left knee, pull those palms together, down to heart center. Take those arms out long, either direction. Here comes our warrior two. Turn the right heel down, open the arms up either way. Peaceful, flip it, lift it up and back. Cartwheel the hands down, palms meet the mat, right heel turns, lift that right foot, bring it forward. We're just going into that chair pose here, so inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward, here's our chair. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sit the hips back. Inhale takes us all the way up tall, pull those palms together down to heart center, taking out that balance, keeping it moving. Take those arms up long with our inhale. Exhale, swan dives us forward, forward fold. Final of that halfway lift on this side. Exhale, just fold it forward, plant those hands, bend those knees, step it back into that high plank position, briefly in and out of that child's pose, set those knees down wide, sit the hips back towards the heels. Once again, you can pause here. Here's our final time through. Lift the hips, roll the toes, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Float the shoulders out over the wrists, toes or knees we lower down. Inhale to press the chest up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to turn the toes over, hips go up and back. Downward facing dog, final time, three leg, right side, press it up and back, bend that left knee, sweep that right foot forward. Find your balance, left heel stays up, lift those arms. When you get to the top, sink into that right knee, pull those palms together, bring them down to heart center. Inhale, lengthens the arms out. Warrior two, turn the left heel, open the hands front and back. Reverse it, flip the front palm up and back, peaceful. Exhale, cartwheels us all the way down. Right hand, left heel. Left foot comes forward to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Final chair. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sits the hips back. Brief pause here. Next inhale takes us up tall. Pulls the palms together, down to heart center. We're going to go back to that plank. Inhale takes us up. Exhale, swan dives us forward, forward fold. Final halfway lift. Fold it down, plant those hands, step it back into our high plank position. We're going right from here into our core work. We're going to do 4 mountain climbers and 4 shoulder taps. I want this to be super slow and controlled. We'll go for about 30 seconds. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from here, we've got our shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want you to keep moving in that 4x4. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 4 shoulder taps. If you're going a little faster or slower, that's totally fine. I will stop counting out loud so I don't confuse you if you'd like to move a little faster or slower. But keep going. We've got about 15 seconds left in this plank position. This is it for our plank today. So if those wrists are ready to be done, they will be very soon. Just keep moving in this. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna lower all the way down to the mat. So you can drop those knees, lower it down to the belly. A little bit of lower back work here. Take those arms out nice and long, right in front. We're gonna do our X lifts for just 6 times. So right hand and left leg. We're gonna lift up, little pause for 1, and then bring it back down. Here's our second, left hand and right leg. Lift up, pause for 1, and bring it back down. Here's third, lift it up, right hand, left leg. Back down. Here's our fourth. Lift it up. And back down. Fifth, last one on this side. Lift it up, little pause. Back down. And our final one here, lift that left and that right leg. And lower it down. From here, we're going to take it up a notch into our full Superman pose. So those feet can stay down if you've got any kind of low back pain. Or both can come up, but we're lifting both at the same time. Right and left hand, right and left leg. Exhale to lower down. 5 more. Lift up, little pause at the top. And lower down. 4 more. Lift up, little pause at the top. And lower. Last 3. Lift. Little pause. Lower. 2 more. Lift. Little pause. Lower. And the last one. Lift it up. We're going to finish off with our swimming. So from right here, we're staying high. We've got that opposite arm and leg moving right here. Keeping it going, keeping that neck nice and neutral, keeping the arms and legs moving. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, nice job, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax and release. We're going to roll it over onto our back to finish out our final couple of minutes of core. So bring it on over to your back. We are going to start off with those knees in our tabletop position. Our fingertips are going to point towards that bottom end of the mat, and we're going to go into our 100. For more challenge, you can lengthen those legs. For more challenge, you can lift the head and the shoulders. We are going to breathe as we move those arms in our 5 counts, in for 5, out for 5, for 100. Getting ready. Here we go. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost there, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, and relax. Nice. Take those feet down to the mat, keep those knees bent, because we've only got a couple of minutes left. I really want to make the most of these last couple, so we're going to keep moving. Take a break if you need to. We're going to bring it right into our crunches, fingertips behind the ears, nice and easy, big space between the chin and the chest. Bring the head and shoulders up, and then back down. We're taking it here for about 15 seconds, keeping it moving, keeping that nice space between the chin and the chest, getting that upper core going. We are going to finish this one with a hold at the top. So getting ready for that pause in 4, 3, 2, bring it up and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and take those feet straight up towards the ceiling. Hands can come out wide, or for a little bit more support, take them under those hips. We are going to do just our straight up leg lowers here, so double leg lower lift. Feet come down towards the floor, pause where they need to, and then bring it right back up to the top. Trying to keep that lower back nice and stable and strong here. So wherever it starts to move, if it starts to pop up off the floor a little bit more, end your range of motion there. Don't put that lower back in a compromised position. Again, make sure you have that space between the chin and the chest. So if the head and shoulders are off of the floor, don't crunch the chin in towards the chest. Keep that neck nice and long. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull those knees in towards the chest. Take a little break. We're going to hit those obliques up next. So we've got our bicycle or our Pilates crisscross. So from here, go ahead and take those knees back up to that 90 degrees. Bring those fingertips right behind the ears once again. I want this to be super slow and controlled again. And the lower and longer you can take the long leg, the harder this is going to be. Here we go. So that left hand comes towards, or that left elbow comes towards the right knee. The left leg goes out long. And then we're just going to alternate here, nice and easy, nice and controlled. Like I said, the lower and longer you can get that opposite leg, the more challenging this will be. We're going to keep moving for about 30 seconds here. Keep it going. Nice. Taking a look here. Looking good, looking good. Keep breathing. Awesome job, you guys. 10 seconds left. Stick with me. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, pull those knees back into the chest. Take that little break. We've got 2 more movements left. So our second to last is going to be our double leg stretch. So we've got both knees pulled in towards the chest. We're going to lift the head and shoulders off for our starting position. As we inhale, we're going to take the arms and legs out long in either direction. And then as we exhale, we're going to circle the hands around to meet those knees as they pull back in. Here we go. Extending long, circling around to pull in. This is our second to last exercise today. Stick with me. You've got it. A little bit of core work. A lot of yoga focus for Yoga Month. Keep breathing here. Nice work, nice work. Give me 4 more of these from wherever you are, 4 full ones. So nice big extension and circle around to catch. 3 more. When you finish those, go ahead and bend the knees and plant the feet. So finishing out that 4th one, pulling it in, let the head and neck relax, bend the knees, plant the feet. Our final exercise today is going to be our roll-ups. So using as little or much momentum as you need. For more challenging, you can take those legs out long. For less challenging, you can bend those knees, plant those feet. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Use as little momentum as you can to exhale and roll up off of that mat. Inhale, long spine at the top. Exhale to roll it down. Keep it going just like that. Just a couple here. Inhale, arms overhead, nice long spine. Exhale, rolls us up. Inhale, extends the spine at the top. Exhale, rolls down. So again, if you need a little bit more momentum to get up off the mat, that's totally fine. Use those arms. If you don't need that momentum, try not to use it. Try and challenge your core a little bit more today. Almost there, you guys. This is our final exercise of the class today. Finding that long spine in either direction. Keep moving, just a few more. Awesome, awesome, looking good. Way to work. Give me 3 more roll-ups. This is it, you guys. See if you can challenge yourself. 3 more, all the way up and all the way back down. Keep going. Keep breathing. When you finish that third one, take that brief pause down on the floor. And then we are going to actually finish out with one more big roll up to bring us up to seated. So after that third one, give me one more roll up. We're bringing it up to our seated position. I'm just going to turn to face you guys. All right, when you get to that seated position, whether the legs become crossed or they stay out long or the knees bent and the feet planted, find that super long spine. We're gonna finish out with 3 nice deep breaths here. So our first inhale brings those arms out and up. Find that super long spine, stretch long away from center, and then exhale to circle it down and around. 2 more big breaths. Inhale brings us out and up, nice and long. Exhale circles us down. Final one. Inhale brings us up. We're palms meet overhead. Ooh, where's our heart? Exhale to pull the hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me on this Wednesday morning, almost afternoon. The light in me honors the light in you, bowing as we say namaste. Alrighty. Great work today, you guys. Thanks for being here. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesdays, okay? Ooh.
Thank you.
Enjoy your Wednesday.
Thank you. Have